Thank you everyone for coming. We're very excited to announce Project Foreword, which is attempting to introduce the next generation of Kapamilya authors. A foreword, as you all very well know, is usually the part of a book where the author and the book are introduced. So that's exactly what we're trying to do this 2020. We want to grow the book reading market by exploring new themes, new stories, and leveraging and discovering the talent of many Filipinos in writing. To help us do it, we've asked for the help from the best in the field. So you've known them already. Ardy Roberto also conducts workshops already for aspiring authors. Makiwander is also a published author on print, but also on Wattpad. So she's very immersed in that ecosystem. Then of course, between Ricky and CSC and their extensive experience in storytelling for every possible medium. We believe that today's storytellers, the young ones, can benefit greatly from their advice and their mentorship. So we're launching today a call out for submissions from anyone who wants to be published. And we'll be conducting the screening of the stories submitted over the next 4 weeks and announcing by April the initial batch of mentees for this whole program. The parameters of this program is, of course, that the reason why we're doing this is to get more people to read and discover books. Like many of you, we were concerned last year with the news that the Philippines scored very low in terms of reading comprehension compared to 78 other countries in the world. And one of the ways by which we as a publisher can contribute to improving that is to give the youth more options of books to read. So what we really like to be able to do is encourage authors to write and readers to read. And what we're excited today again to be able to be with like-minded people like yourselves to be able to make this possible. So Aaron, thank you.
Thank you, Sir Mark. So take budding writers under her wing for general fiction. Si Sir Ricky Lee naman for contemporary stories. Makiwander for romance fiction and
Sorry, we ano yung
Change that.
okay. So Sir Mark.
So we'll be after some discussion, we'll be more open with
Okay.
the types of genres that we'll be exploring as a team.
Mhm.
I think that what will be determining the types of books that will be published and would be the submissions that we will be receiving from the aspiring authors. So we didn't want to limit. We really didn't want to limit the types of stories that would be submitted, but we did want to point out that because our objective is to grow readership and people who read books, that we would be on the lookout for more popular themes, you know, for themes that resonate with a lot of readers.
Ma'am Charo,
So
your
siguro
reaction?
we will go with our feel for what a good story is. Perspektibo namin kung ano yung magandang kwento.
Sir
Para
Ricky.
hindi malimit, di ba? Para
Yeah, right.
hindi kami nakakahon sa isang genre lang.
At saka naniniwala kami na kung minsan yung sabi nila na mataas yan, magagawa mong popular yung appeal nun eh. Maski naman anong subject matter o anong genre, magagawa mo ng paraan na mag-appeal siya sa mas malaki yung, di ba? Yung
Market.
market. Hindi kinakailangang niche lang ang market.
Makiwander.
Yeah, kagaya ng mga nasabi nila. Right now, wala sanang limit kasi ako galing ako sa online platform. Kung alam ninyong lahat, libre yun. Pero kung doon kayo nagbababad at magbabasa, makikita nyo na yung mga kabataan, iba-iba yung mga gusto nila. So kahit sino, hindi na talaga nila ma-determine. Like, isa sa successful yung kaibigan ko nagsulat ng I love you since sobrang ganda ng kwento na yun. Sino makakapag-akala na yung gusto pala nilang kwento is yung nagbabalik sa lumang panahon. Who would know? Merong isa pa na nanggaling sa space. Merong erotic romance. Matatalino na mga kabataan ngayon. And this is a good opportunity na marami kayong ma-invite na mga batang or new generation of writers. It doesn't have to be bata. It doesn't have to be bago. Pwede rin yung mga nangangarap na makapagpasa sila sa Abs-Cbn Books.
Sir Ardy?
Yeah, the fastest growing segment in publishing is inspirational publishing, inspirational books. So, especially I'm looking for writers or authors who still believe that miracles still happen, that heroes still exist, and that good people can still be winners. So, yun ang hinahanap kong theme.
Thank you so much. Our first question.
Yung project Foreword, nasabi nga po ito kanina. But can you just let us know, how does it feel to be doing this all together? Kilala po kayo sa field pong ito na talaga naman matataas, and then pinagsama-sama po kayo to actually do this. How does it feel?
Charo.
I feel so excited. I'm looking forward to learning from the masters. Ricky and I have collaborated on a number of works,
Yeah.
sa cinema and books.
Yeah.
Even, yeah.
And TV.
And television, yeah. So, again, this will be a learning experience for me. And now that I'm working with Maki and Ardy, I'm sure marami akong matututunan.
Say,
Ako, to be honest, sobrang overwhelmed. Because estudyante ako kay Sir Ricky sa Rebelde class last year. So, sobrang idol ko. Tapos, si Miss Charo, of course, I'll be working with her. Sobrang saya ko. It's not also for me, just for me lang. I'm very happy with the opportunity kasi isa ako sa dating nangarap na ma-publish ang ganito kalaking publishing. So ngayon may babahagi na namin. Magkakaroon na kami ng chance na ibahagi yung kung ano nararamdaman namin, nararanasan namin bilang publisher.
teary-eyed po kayo.
Yes, sobrang happy, sobrang blessed.
Yeah, dream come true. It's a dream come true. Yeah, Sir Ricky, I mean, if I weren't joining this, I would join so I could be mentored by you. Yeah, and so that's how big an opportunity this is really for readers who want to become writers. And it's really, I mean, nung panahon namin wala pang ganito eh. So it's the first really in Philippine publishing. So it's so exciting to be part of this.
Okay po. Next question na po is still about Project Forward. How is this gonna happen? Kasi nakalagay po dito, it's gonna happen for 6 months. Or these mentors will guide the participants for 6 months. So, paano po ba ito? Magkakaroon po sila ng classes po ba? Paano po?
Well, the program would run for at least 18 months, but within the first 6 months, we've set a target of publishing the first books from the initial batch of mentees. So we like to target to publish at least 4 books by September 2020. So we would be having a workshop, but also each mentor would at the their own pace, at the pace of the writer, be mentoring the writer.
Can you give us more details on what the attendees, the participants can expect from the workshop? Like what kind of lessons? There will be one-on-one sessions, of course, but can you give us more details on how the workshop will be like?
Not yet. We're still to finalize the content of the workshop. But I think that the magic here would really be on the one-on-one, the mentorship of the individual writers.
And will there be workshops on Filipino writing as well, not just English?
Yeah.
Definitely, because the submissions would be open to not just English manuscripts but also Filipino.
And it will be open to people of all ages as long as they are
Definitely,
released.
yes.
Oh, thank you.
Interesting. We have a question from Christoph Kadak.
Para sa akin, bilang isa sa bagong henerasyon ng manunulat, lagi kaming na-challenge kung ano ba ang natututunan ng mga kabataan sa mga isinusulat namin ngayon. Dahil yung online platform, libre siya. Sinasabi nila, yung iba, basura. So para sa akin, sa tingin ko din, kaya ako nandito, ini-impart ko sa kwento ko yung moral story. Kahit moral lesson of story, kahit papano, kahit kwento siya, kahit maging erotiko siya, kahit romance siya. Kailangan, tama yung sinabi nila, yung character, meron tayong matututunan dun sa character. So para sa akin, hindi ka lang na-entertain, at the same time, may natutunan ka rin.
Sir Ardy.
Yeah. For me, a good story should give the reader hope that even if his world is, like what Sir Ricky said, broken, there's always hope. Should be able to show the reader that ito yung mundo mo ngayon, pero pwede palang ganito. So from a broken world or a fallen world or a world full of disaster and chaos, pwede palang maging ganito. So it gives the reader hope that, o nga no, may pag-asa pa.
Sarap mag-
First, when it comes to writing po, you're now mentors, but who mentored you before?
Tumitingin ako kay Charo. Nung panahon ko wala pang mga workshops, kaya ang swerte nga ng generation ngayon eh. So ang mentors ko yung mga librong binabasa ko. Maski na hindi ko naintindihan totally pa, basa ko ng basa. So yun yung mga nasa utak ko, na maski saan magpunta, sinusundan ako. Sinasabi sa akin na dito pupunta, o ganito ang magandang kwento, ganito ang magandang characterization. So dala-dala ko sila lahat naman. Pero ngayon totoo na sila. Marami na mga mentors and so they're so generous na mag-share ng time at talent nila.
Ako, pagkamulat ng isip ko, nakikinig na ako sa mga radio dramas. And then, kasi radyo yung una, no? Sina Chadeli, sina Kuya Cesar, yan, nakikinig na ako. Tapos nagbabasa ako ng mga liwayway comics, mga nobela ni Claude Wada. Mga ganyan. Comics. Tapos nung nagkaroon ng television, nanonood ako ng mga dramas noon, mga panaginip, Salamise, mga ganyan. And then, laman ako ng sinehan. Tapos mabasa. And then, pagpasok mo sa sining, you meet people like, Ricky, who was very, very generous with his talent in storytelling. Ang mga director, mga iba pang mga manunulat, diba yung exposure mo. Pero it also comes from the willingness to learn, your sense of curiosity, yung mahilig kang magtanong, mahilig kang magtanong. Dahil wala nang formal training, walang formal workshops ng araw eh. So basta mahilig ka lang manood, mahilig kang magkwento, kanino ka na-engage. Parang yung kwento na dinadala ka sa mundo ng iba. Kasi we're limited naman by the books we read, by our experiences, by the friends we have, the family we have. Pero when you read a good book, you watch a good movie, you listen to good music, you are transported to a different world and you get to know other people from, with different influences, and you begin to appreciate and develop that sense of empathy for other characters na hindi lang sa'yo umiikot ang mundo. Yun.
Hindi ko.
Sinampulan tayo ni Ma'am Charo. Sinampulan niyo na kami ng ang ganda ng mga insights.
At saka yung experiential, yung parang kunyari love story. Kailangan talaga maramdaman ko yung proseso ng unang pag-ibig. Di ba yung unang kilig, yung infatuated ka muna, pagkatapos mamaya, bakit nami-miss ko na siya? Bakit may meaning na yung mga titig niya sa akin? Di ba yung doon, wala nawawala ka sa sarili mo, nawawala ka sa mundo mo, dinadala ka talaga sa mundo ng dalawang characters na na-inlove. Diba? Naka-crush tuloy yung
At saka gusto ko lang sabihin na ang Abs-Cbn, lalo nung simula ng si Charo, ng presidente, laging tradisyon niya na may mentoring. Walang katapusang training ang ang trabaho sa Abs-Cbn sa lahat ng aspects ng production, ng creative work, laging may training and mentoring. So, hindi selfish yung Abs-Cbn na mag-share sa mga tao.
And then, you never really stop learning. Diba? Hindi mo alam hindi mo, ang lawak ng buhay, ang lawak ng mundo, diba? You can only approximate the pain of someone who's been through a disaster. Paano mo maaarok yun? Madidescribe mo pero hindi mo, di ba? Pwede mong i-describe pero
But you can never, yeah.
so that's a challenge naman to the writer. Na madala tayo doon na kahit konti maramdaman natin yung pagkawala ng mga mahal in a tragedy, di ba?
Interesting. Maki?
Tungkol sa question mo, mentor, I would say yung father ko. Kasi, pag pinapatulog niya ako, lagi siya nagkukwento. Pero ako yung papatapusin niya ng kwento. So, 5 years old ako, marunong na ako magkwento. So, nakadepende sa akin yung ending ng kwento. So, after nun, sa school yan, nakakapagsulat. Kaso yung kurso ko, accountant ako eh. Pero gustong-gusto kong magsulat talaga. Idol na idol ko talaga ito si Sir Ricky. Tapos, laki ako sa Precious Hearts na romance na libro. Mga pocketbooks, comics, lahat yan din binabasa ko. Nung nakaluwag-luwag na, nag-short course ako sa UP para makapag-aral ako ng malayang pagsusulat. Tapos yan, training lang. Yan.
Sir Ardy?
Ako rin, mentor ko was my first mentor was my dad. So when I grew up, imbis na laruan ang binibigay sa akin, libro ang binibigay sa akin. And he encouraged me to read a lot. And he was also a writer. He's a published international author. And I saw the discipline in him that if you want to write, you really have to sit down and write. And I would see him write until the wee hours of the morning. And so he didn't really mentor me intentionally or nasa job, but I would see and he would model how it was to write books. And so doon ko nakuha yung inspiration later on when I began writing my own books. So sa tatay ko yun. And then,
nag-isip na rin ako ng tanong sa karang tawag. Hindi kasi po, para sa mga great author like you po, ano po yung masasabi niyo na parang kaunti na lang yung bumibili ng books because of the online and the, di ba, social media thing? How do you encourage them that book is still good, na kailangan pa rin may physical aspect that you read compared dun sa online, parang ganun?
It doesn't matter whatever platform. Basta sana mahubog yung kanilang pagmamahal sa pagbabasa. Yung passion nila sa pagbabasa. Kahit sa anong paraan. Ako nandun ako sa traditional. Gusto ko pa rin aklam. May hawak akong libro.
amoy na aklat.
Amoy na na nakita mo na meron ng mga dumi-dumi minsan. O yun, gusto ko pa rin yun.
Ako naman, bilang galing ako sa online platform, nabibili pa rin yung mga libro ko dahil sa pagmamahal nila sa storya. Kahit nabasa na nila, alam naman nila na pwedeng ma-delete na naman online. So, talagang bibilhin nila yung physical book. Gusto kasi nila magpa-autograph eh. Gusto nila mag-picture with the author. Kasama na yun ngayon sa marketing eh. Kasama na rin kami sa pag-market ng mga libro. Kaya, bibili at bibili pa rin sila kahit nabasa na nila online.
Sorry.
So, both platforms naman eh. Even if it's published in print, it will also be published online. But the objective is really to get people to read, whether it's print or online. So, kahit pa paano, panalo pa rin.
Sir Ricky.
Actually, nung una, duda ako na maraming nagbabasa. Pero nung nilabas ko yung para kay B, na-reassure ako na ang daming gustong magbasa. And then gusto nilang hawak-hawak nila yung libro ko paglapit nila sa akin. So parang nagkakaroon kami ng intimate relationship compared sa kung nabasa lang nila online. Pero kung dala-dala nila yung libro ko, nadilan-dala nila sa backpack nila. Pag bumabag yung binabasa nila. So parang, yun, parang may relationship kami. So, yun. And gusto ko rin sabihin na I'm so happy na ginagawa namin ito kasi parang bilang Pilipino, nahihiya ako na pag pupunta ako sa bookstores, 10% lang yung sinulat ng mga Pilipino. Pupunta ako sa mga libraries, whether UP or lahat ng universities natin, kukunti lang yung section ng Filipiniana, puro foreign authors. At pag nakaibigan ng foreigners na writers na pupunta rito, dahil mamalaki kong dadalhin ko siya sa bookstores, sabi niya, ito rin naman ang nandun sa bansa ko. Asan dito mga Filipino books? And so I think this is one way na makatulong ako na mabawasan naman yung kahihiyang nararamdaman ko. At dumami-dami naman ang masulat ng mga libro nating mga Pilipino at tutulong kami. Dumami yun.
Thank you po.
Thank you. We have
I
a
have
follow-up question.
one last question lang po. Ibig sabihin po ba nito, dahil po grabe po talaga yung mga pangalan niyo po pagdating po sa paggawa po ng libro, pagiging author po ng libro, does this mean magiging mahirap po yung pagpasok po? Or talagang titingnan niyo pong mabuti kung paano po yung script po ba nila? Like meron po ba silang script na kailangan ipakita na po? Just to...
Tonight, we'll be publishing on our Facebook site the requirements. It's very simple requirements lang, really. The cover page which contains the synopsis, then the manuscript, the sample manuscript, at least the first chapter, if it's a fiction book, of what they intend to submit. Kasi yung period na yon of the 6 to 18 months is the time kung saan talaga i-fine-tune yung story or yung manuscript.
Sir, ilan po sila na kukunin po nila?
20.
20.
So each mentor will be taking care of 5 prospective authors.
Sir, kung inisip nila na sabi mo mahihirapan sa amin, although may general and universal standards na kung ano magandang pagkukwento, and then hanapin namin yung unique na boses nila eh. So wag silang mahiya magkwento sa sarili nilang paraan ng pagkukwento. Hindi nila kailangan gayahin yung pagkukwento namin. Ang pagbutihin nila yung sarili nilang boses. At yun din ang hahanapin namin. And then tutulungan na lang namin sila kung may maitutulong pa kami na mag-guide sila na yung sarili nilang boses maging mas accessible sa ibang mga taong magbabasa.
Basically, to find their own voice po talaga.
Yeah.
Pero klaro lang na yung ang hahanapin namin mga kwento yung may popular appeal.
Okay.
If you want to be a writer, you just do 2 things. So you need to read a lot of good books, and that will enable you to find your voice. And then number 2, write. So there's no shortcut to it. You really have to sit down and write. So read and write.
Makiwander?
Para sa akin, sa lahat ng mga aspiring writers, regardless kung ano ginagawa mo ngayon, basta meron kang gustong isulat na kwento, isulat mo lang yan. Hindi ka namin humusgahan kung saan ka galing, mayaman ka, mahirap, o anong tinapos mo. Basta meron kang kwento, ilabas mo lang yan kasi for sure maraming gustong magbasa.
Sir,
Kung gusto mo magsulat ka. Whether inspired ka, o may deadline, or may bayad, o may contest, magsulat ka for work. Gaya ng panadero, gaya ng gumawa ng tinapay, ang motor kailangan manggamot. Ikaw, magsusulat ka, writer ka, magsulat ka. Huwag kang maghintay ng rason para magsulat. It's your being. You write, so report for work, write.
and Charo.
Just find your voice and follow your heart.
Very well said. Sir Mark, any last words?
Aspiring height. Nagulat.
I feel the excitement in the room. I think that based on the questions and the answers, I feel really good that we'll be able to find a lot of good stories from this initiative. Thank you all for supporting us today. Thank you especially to our mentors for giving their valuable time and talent to find the next authors. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you so much.